Hey everybody, welcome back to Majestic Collectibles. So, I don't know, I kind of took one for the team here. Well, not really, but, you know, drama. So this is the last of the junk comics from the junk era comic collection. I looked through, I just said I was going to go through the rest of them. I usually don't do that. I like to see it to show you guys what it looks like when I get it, so kind of that raw state. So I went through a whole bunch of boxes, 1,200 plus comics. This is what I came up with. So I'm glad I didn't go ahead and start shooting a video per box, because it would have been really bad. These are the quote-unquote highlights. I'm using that term very loosely here. So this is literally the best I could find out of the rest of the stuff. So when I was asking you guys in the last video if you wanted to see the the rest of the boxes or not, I'm not doing that. Now, I still have a trading card video coming up from this collection, but this is the last of the comics, so let's get started on that. Shouldn't take too long. Another what I call a shiny cover, embossed cover, kind of the Terminator. It's the Wolverine skeleton cover. Always pretty popular. I don't see that issue a lot. Usually sells pretty well. Teen Titans 100 shiny. Yeah, I don't know, man. I told you, I use the term highlights loosely. Great cover on that one. This book always sells. Not a super big dollar book, but that's good. Glow-in-the-dark Spectre cover, pretty cool. It's got a kind of glow-in-the-dark skeleton, if you've never seen this one. That does actually sell, and this is all, so these are all skeletons too. So this whole thing glows in the dark, and yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. I got a couple of them. I pulled these for obvious reasons. I don't know if I've got a set. I just pulled anything Lobo with the movie coming out, and of course I gotta support the Iowa guy who, you know, I don't think he lives in Iowa and hasn't for a long time, but he does come home to see Mom once in a while, I guess. So Jason Momoa is going to be Lobo, so I pulled some Lobo stuff. Pulled Superboy ones, not a rare book. I told you, man, I'm digging down. Just you know, just another Catwoman, $3-4 issue maybe. You know, another Superboy. Supergirl I pulled for the same reasons I did for Lobo, just because I know with the movie I'm going to get demand, especially from the younger lady collectors, the young girls and stuff. They always kind of like when Wonder Woman came out. They're not going to be expensive. I always like to sell them kind of cheap and hope they get interested in comics, to be honest with you. And I'll probably put most of this will be in the antique mall, not real soon. Hopefully, yeah, well, that's the first part of February now, so we'll have to go through that. Oh yeah, maybe by the end of the month, I'm guessing. Still not a big priority for me. Black Cat 234. Probably have some #1 somewhere. I try and put them into sets. I usually don't pull the Married with Children unless it's a photo, but this is the Fantastic Four 1 homage cover, so that's always pretty cool. Here's a hologram cover for Art Comics Premiere. No idea what it's about. I don't think I don't know, maybe I've owned them in the past. I sure don't remember it, but I pulled it because I thought it was cool. James Bond, I do usually have to put a storyline, so I got 1 and 2 out of 4, so I don't know, that probably wasn't worth pulling. Aliens, they're almost always worth pulling, the Dark Horse Aliens and Predator stuff, so I was pretty happy with that. And I think I got the whole set, so I got 1, 2, 3 and a couple of 4s on the Aliens Rogue, so that'll end up in the antique mall for sure. In the Aliens rack, I got an Aliens rack. Colonial Marines, I don't have all of them. Always a popular series. Kind of a long series. It sells really well as a complete run, but I rarely get a complete run. That's usually how I find them, is just a few. There's another #1, which is pretty common, but it sells just because it's got the hand grenade in the mouth. It's actually kind of a cool cover. These I don't see a lot. I do have a set. It is a horror movie title. If you're into esoteric, schlocky horror stuff. Actually, it's Universal Pictures, so it was a major excuse me, quote-unquote major motion picture, but it wasn't too bad, to be honest. It wasn't the best horror movie, but it wasn't horrible. More Predator, and I've got the set. They usually don't sell well individually, but I'll put them together and get a little bit of money out of them. Holofoil FF375 sells pretty well. Of course, anything with Venom, Spidey books, can't go too wrong. I was surprised to see them. We had a few scattered Spideys really early on in the junk collection, mainly Venoms. I don't even know if there's that many Spideys. A lot of Venom books, and they had that basically 2 runs of Maximum Carnage. So these are the first and only Spider-Mans I've seen since then. On that, and again, not high dollar, but older Spideys sell. You just got to get them. You know, I see so many of those priced so high at shows, and then they're in a half price box. Like, just sell them cheap. Let the kids read them and let them start collecting. That was probably an accident. I usually don't pull Marvel Tales. These sell pretty well, actually. Marvel Masterpiece Collection. This is #1. Joe Jusko, always popular. Did some card sets, which of course is what that's from. I don't know what that's going for. But it usually sells pretty quick. Web of Spider-Man, it's still sealed. It's annual 9. I don't know. I don't think it's anything great. Same with the Marvel Age. It's still sealed, so the trading card's in there. Trading card's probably worth more than the comic. These are always fun. Batman Adventures 1 still sealed. I don't know for sure, but I've seen. I think there's 2 versions, so I think there's one that was just open, and then this one comes with the trading card. So I don't know. Maybe somebody out there can tell me. I'm not really up to date on Batman Adventures, but I don't see them in the poly bag very much. Die-cast Moon Knight 50, or die-cut Moon Knight 50 cover. The die-cut covers always sell. This is probably, I was really surprised to see it in there, probably the best book in this batch right there. It's not the DC Comics Presents version, but it is Star Comics, and I haven't taken it out. It's probably, the corner's got a little issue, but it's probably a solid VF. Marvel Comics Presents. There are some of these that sell pretty darn well, actually, and that's one of them. Most of them are dual covered, so if you ever get into a run, flip them over, because you know, you might have a pretty good cover on one side. I have no idea what this is. Excuse me. Spoof Comics, Spider-Fem. It's an Adam Hughes cover, so I pulled it. So, you know what? We'll go for it. This is a terrible book, Wild Things, but it does have Carnage, Venom. It's an embossed cover on there, and you don't get much for them, but a lot of people, if you're Venom Carnage guys, don't have it, so I sell them pretty cheap. Sealed in the bag, trading card, Captain America Annual 12. Oof. And yet another Namor 37 shiny cover. Actually, they do sell. I mean, it's a $5 book at best. Don't get me wrong, but they like that book. Here's Man of Steel. I don't have a lot of luck with modern Superman stuff, but this is the Lobo issue, and so they give you these peel off. They're not sticky, you know, they're the plastic removable ones, vinyl, whatever. And you can make your own cover. And of course, so this is something, this is just on the front. So you open this up and you just, basically it's a virgin cover almost. DC logo and some info up there, but most of it's blank and you can just make your own cover. They're kind of neat. Again, if you can get them sealed, that's about the only way they sell, because those, nobody cares if you open it. But with Lobo, I thought, what the heck, just another Gen 13 to add to the pile of previous stuff. Another Fathom. Do have some #1s here, so here, there we go. So I do have some, these are all #1s, and a couple different covers, I think 3 different covers on it. So I don't know, throw that in the Fathom pile. Fathom #2, got a couple of them, so you know, maybe I can put some runs together. 3 on. I don't see Fathom a lot, especially the early ones, but 3 on up seem to be, through 10 or so, or whatever it is, seem to be pretty common. Witchblade, again, I'm just going to throw it in the Witchblade pile that I started in the first few videos. Same with the Gen 13. And just more Witchblade. Although after, it's kind of like Spawn. You get up there, I can't remember the number cut off, but, and I don't have them, so it's probably in that 24, 25, whatever. Yeah, just after this, wherever it ends. I don't see too much. These always sell, not high dollar, but Tomb Raider, the 90s Tomb Raider. I don't do a lot of Hulk. This is I don't know, it's just a cool cover. It's a, I don't know what you want to call it, limited edition. It's not an annual or anything kind of deal, but it's Rampaging Hulk. It was a new title they were starting up. I don't think it ran very long, but that #1, I don't know, maybe it just doesn't show up, but they do buy it. Danger Girl, again, kind of the same with the Gen 13 and the, well, speaking of Gen 13, and the Fathom and the Witchblade. There, keep it going. You know, I just kind of pile those up and sort them out. And that's a Wizard special issue. Not sealed, unfortunately, but it's all about Witchblade and selling you, you know, everything else from that era. Here is a sealed one. Those do sell a lot better. So they like that in the poly bag. It does come with the number 0, so a little bit of value added there. These traditionally don't sell at all, and they have nothing to do with the new TV show, but it's Star Trek. I do have Star Trek buyers at the antique mall. I just throw them out cheap. Deadpool 1, I can't even tell you how many issues of this I've had. It was a book. I don't want to say it was really a high flyer, but it's really popular. It's really come down to earth now. I think a lot of copies have come out. A lot of them got graded. Cool cover here. It's got embossed and it's got foil both on it. So it's actually one I don't see a lot. Batman vs. Predator. I don't have the set. Darn it. Well, I have the set because I'm a Batman fan, but I'm missing number 3 unless it was in a previous video and I pulled it. I'll have to go look and hope it's in there, but they sell pretty well individually anyway, to be honest with you, so always a good find. But as you can see, nothing really wow, right? Just the Masters of the Universe is probably, I still think, the best one in the stack kind of deal with the movie coming out and everything. So that's it for the Junk Era Comics videos, and I'll still have at least one non-sport trading card video, and that should be the end of the collection then, unless I find something that I didn't know about, but that should wrap it up. And since you're watching this long, I know not everybody does, but here's your incentive to watch to the end. I just picked up went on a shopping spree out of town. I'll talk about that more. Picked up some Gold and Silver Age comics and some really neat collectibles on a kind of a boys road trip with my son Cam. He was after Pokemon cards. We had a really good time, and so I've actually got some neat comic videos coming up along with the Masters of the Universe video. And let's see what else is there. A couple other things. Oh, the Mad Magazine collection too. So I do have some more videos coming up, so check those out, and thanks so much for watching, everybody.